My name is Casey Farrell, and I'll be reviewing Abigail Dosker for Narrative Part 1. So the first question is, does the artist generally understand the requirements of the project? I would say yes and no. She understands the unrealisticness of the project with everyone dressed as Oompa Loompas, I think, but they're just girls messing around and showing their outfits. And I don't think that was part of the overall project. They're pretty posed images of them just smiling and taking cute pictures for Instagram or whatever. And there's also images that they're dyeing their hair, so it's pretty obvious that it's not natural, which is what the narrative would be used for. Does she use principles and elements of design to compose the images? Line is apparent in their suspenders and the contrast between their shirts, their hair, and their pants. But other than that, there's not much principles and elements. There's obviously color with the color of their hair and the color of their shirts. And yeah, the images don't really convey a sense of unreal or combination of hyper real. It's kind of obvious that they're in costumes and she was just snapping photos to document it and not really to portray the unrealisticness of Oompa Loompas. This looks like it was for Greek sing or something like that. I think the artist is trying to convey Oompa Loompas and who they are, but doesn't really succeed. I think it would be a little bit more successful if there weren't images of them dyeing their hair and everything. Yeah. The best images, though, I think would be the ones of them squatting and smiling, because it kind of shows the Oompa Loompas doing something other than just posing for an image. The images that are weak or need improvement, this image, I don't really understand the point of it. It's just kind of showing that her ear is green. And a lot of the images are just girls standing smiling with their hands on their hips, and that's not really hyper real. That's a pretty common occurrence for most images that girls take. I think this project could be improved if the Oompa Loompas were dancing more, like these images where you can see they're kind of doing a movement, or picking a new topic for the narrative. But some of the images, like this image, it's a classic sorority girl image. I think every girl has pictures posed like this, and while some of them are posed differently than just the typical girls standing smiling, they're not Oompa Loompa really. And I think having them pose more like Oompa Loompas and edit the images and add contrast and up the saturation and stuff would be more successful. And yeah.